Hey everybody, I've got another update. I got the airbrush out again last night and finished up the bases for my salt terminators. And this time I took the advice and I pre-thinned the paint before putting it in the airbrush pot, and it made a really big difference in how enjoyable the experience was. So anyway, here are my new next set of bases. This was kind of cool. Very nice. So I'm very happy with both the way my airbrush performed and the results. Just having the paints pre-thinned really made a difference. I didn't have to worry about the tiny tip clogging up at all, and it just made the whole thing much more enjoyable. So those are my Terrainoob bases. I also did the base for the Storm Raven at the same time, and here's the Storm Raven base. And a couple rocks jutting up from the lava. Now this got probably a little bit too much paint on the sides of the rocks on this case, but you don't really notice that unless you get really up close. I might redo the edges here along this edge right here, because it doesn't look as source lighty as it could be. But lots of layers, lots of very thin layers, lightly done with the airbrush, and I think the result is just outstanding. Let's see if I can get it. Very nice gradients on there. I really have no complaints. And also, I built a terrain piece. I was actually doing something for the Terrainoob / Bustobiwan little challenge they have of building an impromptu fortification. And so I decided to loot my Aegis defense line, and this is what I came up with. Back up a little bit. The idea here is that the orcs just kind of ran up, found these old, beat up, blasted defense line pieces, and just stuck them in the ground to use as a fortification. See, this one has been reinforced here. I can't really see there. Just got a reinforcing bar sticking into the ground. So you just stuck them up on this piece of rock, threw some sand up here to try and keep them from falling over. Threw in a couple pieces of old metal to reinforce the holes. These are going to be painted very rusty, probably with the hairspray method on the airbrush, just like I did with the Flaka truck. But yeah, this is my concept of just kind of throwing up a defense line. Some sand, and I got some soil in the back. So the idea is the sand is just there. They kind of just scoop the sand up on the edges to keep them from falling over. So I will be probably painting this here very soon. This will be my weekend project because it's not going to take very long. The Storm Raven I did a lot of highlighting with the Storm Raven last night, so it's probably 80% done. I'm just having trouble getting through it. I just do a little bit at a time, put it aside, do something else. I got my part of the Forge World. I got my Blood Angel shoulder pads, so those have been cleaned up. I got to put those on the arms and get going on the painting the Assault Terminator arms. So that's my hobby. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention here with the flying stand. I actually painted this without this piece on here, just to make it easier. What I did was I took a piece of masking tape, stuck it to the bottom of this, trimmed it around the edges, and then flipped it over and stuck it down onto the base while I did the painting. And then when I was done painting, I just lifted it up, so I had plastic to plastic bond instead of having to try and glue this to paint. I thought it was kind of ingenious of me. So yeah, that's probably much it for this update, and I'll talk to you guys later.